Happiness through curiosity on TRS Clips.
Mrityunjaya. Hasn't this been the the eternal question?
Mrityu's death.
To gain victory over death. Mrityunjaya. So that is the biggest mystery of life. That is the hard. If the science really has hard questions of science, as they call it, this is one. What the hell is death? Is it just cells decaying and not regenerating? If what happens to this human consciousness, if there is such a thing? So Mrityunjaya is to gain mastery over death, and there are many stories about why Lord Shiva is Mrityunjaya and why he is Mahakala and all that.
By mystery over death, you mean immortality?
No, it is the question, right? So right now we are here, we have known so many people. So those who are not there anymore, where did they go? What happened to them? Right? Is there such a thing as life after death? What happened? What is death even? So if you ask those fundamental questions of who am I, what is this life, what is the purpose of this, that should also be a natural question as to what happens to life, what is happening to life, where did we come from, what happens next, is there next?
Have you seen a movie called Soul? S-O-U-L?
I've heard about.
It's an animated Pixar movie.
Is this the one? Oh, I think I've seen it.
It's about death.
Nicely made, no?
It actually was very similar to the stuff spoken about in Autobiography of a Yogi, which I found a little creepy. That in a children's movie, they're talking about all these deep concepts about afterlife, rebirth.
Is this the same movie where there is this one soul which doesn't find a fit?
Same.
It was lovely. I kind of liked it. It was in a fun.
They tried showing very deep philosophy for children, like in a fun way. But and I highly recommend everyone go watch Pixar Soul.
Think so. I hope we are talking about the same movie.
No, we are. There's only one movie where they talk about souls taking rebirth and all that, dude. I don't think multiple animated movies are made about these concepts.
But Maha mrityunjaya mantra is worshipping one form of Shiva, four-armed form, where he is constantly bathing himself in nectar, being pure. And there is this very beautiful imagery of the personified form of Maha mrityunjaya mantra. The verb form there, the seeking, is to liberate oneself from death, like a gourd. The god, the watery pumpkin or god, all these gods, they separate from the vine, the creeper. If so, they notice this, and it happens so effortlessly. It just you don't even know that. Generally, how coconuts fall, they're done. So it's not. Let me not go out with a lot of struggle. Let me exit the body in the most effortless ways possible, as if a god is separating from its vine. Urvarukam is the name for the god. Bandhana is the bondage. From the bondage of this body and mind, may I be liberated. Mukshiya. May I find moksha. Like Urvarukam, like a god. Trayambakam. So Trayambakam yajamahe. Worship. Yajamahe, there is puja. For yajamahe, there is only one English translation word, worship. But I do my sadhana. I worship the three-eyed one, Trayambaka. Why in this particular mantra, this form of Shiva is being worshipped as the three-eyed one? The third eye is again very symbolic of the deeper state of perception as to what is the nature of life. And with that realization that with two eyes we see that which is physical, with the third we see that which is beyond physical. That is the symbolism there, and it is the Agnya Chakra.
Before moving ahead, do you want to just say the Maha mrityunjaya mantra once?
Sure. Should I chant? I'll just say it out. I'll not chant it. Om Trayambakam yajamahe sugandhim pushtivardhanam urvarukamiva bandhanat mrityor mukshiya mamritat. So these form nice Sanskrit sentences. Not every mantra does like this, but both Gayatri mantra and Maha mrityunjaya mantra form nice subject-object-verb sentences. You want me to break it word by word? That is my comfort zone. I'll become like
Didn't you
teacher.
Just break it word by word?
I just picked up some words here and there, like the key verbs.
Sure, go for
which is Trayambakam yajamahe. I worship the three-eyed one. Sugandhim, the one who is fragrant. Pushtivardhanam, the one who enhances vigor and strength. Pushti comes from Purnata, and it's like fullness, vitality, vigor. Pushti Vardhanam. Why do I worship him? Urvarukamiva bandhanat mrityoho mukshiya ma mritat. So from like a god separates from its creeper, like that effortlessly release me from this bondage of death. Mrityoho, from this mrityu, liberate me. So it is not towards staying eternally youthful or immortal. It is, as long as I'm in the body, he is make me fragrant, make me. So Shivam Bhutva Shivam Japet. There is this word which is, you don't worship Shiva just like that. You become Shiva yourself to worship Shiva. So whatever qualities, attributes you are ascribing to your deity of worship, the objective is for you yourself to inculcate such attributes. So Sugandh, he is fragrant, he is Shuchi, he is pure. And Pushti Vardhana, he is the one who's full of vitality and vigor. As long as you're alive, you live well, and when you die with that effortless passage.
What
This is
effect does the mantra have on your existence before your death? So if you start saying it every day of your life, or if you actually start doing that whole 108 times,
You live well, live a full-fledged life. They say akala mrityu, which is untimely death through breaking the body and some kind of a disaster, will not happen to you. And when the self exits the body, it happens effortlessly. It doesn't. Generally, it happens with a lot of
pain.
shock, lot of trauma is what they say. Yatana. Yatana is not exactly pain, but there are a lot of Bhairavi Yatana, they call it. And there is this, I don't know how far the modern science has come to understanding it, but at the moment of passage, they say the entire life flashes for a fraction of a second, and one goes through all the traumas that one has gone and then quits the body, then leaves.
You have to live through your breakups again?
Is that the toughest? Really?
I'm kidding, man.
If your breakups are the hardest challenges, then
Then it's been a good life.
Or it's been a boring life. You have not ventured into the hard pursuits of life. I know it's not the hardest. Have you had? No, you like if you venture into something which is new. I hope it is not. But you find pain in so many ways, man. Life has its ways.
You live through all those pains again at the moment of death.
Go through all that.
Okay.
They say, but this mantra will avoid that Bhairavi Yatana and makes it.
If someone wants to understand the nature of death, they should look into this book called the Garud Puran. It's come up so much on the show.
Yes.
And now you're kind of giving me a solution to the things mentioned in the Garud Puran. Because even the Garud Puran talks about the suffering at the moment of death.
It's a huge text. It's almost 110, 20 chapters. It's a fascinating text. Maybe I should cover it sometime.
Yeah.
On the verses of it. It covers everything from economics to daily conduct to sexual activity, how to householders' duties, to the descriptions of heaven and hell, what kind of punishments await those who commit these kinds of sins.
There's stuff like you have to float through a river of boiling oil. The animals will eat you and give you the same pain that you have given to other animals by eating meat. There's things like that written. Yeah. Because we've had a few people talk about it on the show. But the question here is again about Maha mrityunjaya mantra. So what I have understood is that it's saving you from the suffering that you will encounter during the moment of death, and at the same time protect you from an untimely death.
Yes.
At the same time, it'll make you live to the maximum potential that you contain as a human being.
Brilliant summing it up.
What does that mean? Live and fulfill your maximum potential materially, happiness wise?
Yeah, living well, like healthy. What is living well? Like pleasant. For this, I'll borrow heavily from Sadhgurus because I vibe fully with it. What are the faculties that we're born with? We have our body, very obvious. So no disease-free body, lovely. Like vibrant, healthy body, fabulous. Done. Another faculty is our mind, keen, sharp intellect, and an ability to dissect through everything to see clearly what there is to see, and keeping it pleasant, free from sorrow, all those negative thought patterns and self-inflicted suffering. Lovely, great. Mind is happy. You have your emotions there, which is connected to the mind. Similar thing. Emotion just takes some time to adjust. but they are happy, they are loving, compassionate, great. And the life energy that is breathing, how alive you are, how vibrant your body is, and is it allowing you to wake up early in the morning fresh, full of life, or it's pulling you back in every pursuit that you are on.
So if you enjoyed this video, subscribe to TRS Clips for more.